Welcome to what is that? RCAM. I'm your host Ryan, and thank you for tuning in today. I hope all of you guys are having a very blessed day. We're back. We are back. So, yes. Sorry, it's been a hot minute since I've been live, like a week. Um, it's just been it's one of those seasons where it's like very busy, and I like that, to be honest. But so busy that I'm a little more tired than I usually am. So bear with me. I'm trying my best, but I am happy to be live with y'all again and to get back into it. So I hope everybody is doing good. I hope all of you guys had very blessed days. And we are going to be talking about a lot of just the happenings going on in the world, a lot of catching up. Some of it's old news, some of it's new news. Some of it's that trial that's going on with this Lindsay Clancy. You know, you can't really get around it at this point. There's just so much happening with this story that I kind of want to weigh in a little bit, particularly how it's affecting women and the kind of mass psychosis that we're facing. I also want to talk about the new generation of idols and propaganda that's being waged against the minds of our youth. So we got quite a bit to cover. So just bear with me, and we will. The hell is that? Oh, I thought that was a roach for a second. It's not. I was like, what the heck is that? Ugh. Yeah. So palmetto bugs, that's what they call roaches down here. It doesn't matter how clean your house is. These things just get in. It's freaking gross. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. So, all right, let's just kind of get everything together. Hopefully everything's sounding good on my end. I think my audio, my whatchamacallit, socials are coming in. Oh, there is another story I wanted to do too that we got to cover. So bear with me while we do that too. All right. Uh, I don't want freaking kick chat up. All right. All right. Reveal capture page. Bingo. Okay. Let's see here. There's one more story I wanted to talk about too. So I gotta get that. There's so much. There is. What am I? Who am I kidding? It's not one story. There's a bunch of stories I've got to cover. Um, So I got a section here on good women and a section here on bad women. So we'll talk about that. Because you know what, too? There's like a lot of people that will have you believing that, it's all bad and, there's no good women. But I do not I want to be careful to kind of balance that out because there are truly some incredible women um that we should be talking about. So I would like to talk about that. Oh yeah. I want to cover Taylor Swift's stupid tweet too, or comments. So yeah, we got so much on the docket, but I'm okay with it. All right. Okay. Oh yeah. There's also been a lot of celebrity deaths, which has just been pretty heartbreaking, to say the least. And now having experienced death firsthand, it's pretty unsettling. So, let's see here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh God, dude, it's so easy if you're going through some of this stuff to get like wildly disturbed by some of the content that we're exposed to, because some of it is it's just dark, man. It's dark. Here we go. I got it. I got it. Found it finally. All right. All right. Bingo. All right, we're good. I think we are good. Okay, let's get into the news. Let's read the news. The news. Okay. So, first, I want to actually talk about just this tweet that I saw coming from Kim Kardashian, one of my favorite people. So, this is, oh, what? Oops. Oops. Hold on a second. Oh, man, my scenes are all messed up. All right. So, bingo. Here we go. All right. So this is a tweet from Kim Kardashian, Northy for Dazed. I don't even know what the hell Dazed is. Find your creative community, join Dazed for free. Actually, let's just see what this is first. Oh God. Dazed. Where's their about? Do they have an about? So I guess it's like fashion. This person looks like I don't know who this is, but the new idols she looks like that she's trying to do an imitation of the old lady from Weapons. But anyway, so whatchamacallit, Northwest was featured in this magazine, which is Kim Kardashian's daughter. And here she is, pierced out the wazoo, wearing a necklace full of keys. But her piercings are what really bother me the most. Obviously, the blue hair, but she has lips piercings, this nose piercing, two eye piercings, and her hands are also heavily pierced. You can't see it here, but she has piercings basically everywhere, including on her hands. I've covered this before. It looks like her teeth are painted blue. But this girl, man, is only 13 years old. So I've covered her before and talked about how it should honestly be illegal to allow her to get these types of piercings. It really should. Like, there is no excuse for letting your 13-year-old child get, their lip pierced and their eyebrow pierced and their nose pierced and their hands pierced and their skin pierced. There's no reason for it. So, your average person, if they didn't know that this was a child, this was a 13-year-old kid, they wouldn't think anything of it. But I do. I do think something of it. I think this is horrific. I think that this is child abuse. And this is who, by the way, they are foisting upon our children. See, she's not meant to appeal to my generation at all. No, she's meant to appeal to your children's generation. She's supposed to be the cool, edgy Gen Alpha. And she's who they're marketing toward your children. I hope you're paying attention. I hope you are aware that this is who they want your kids to emulate. This is the next generation of idols. And it's Northwest, who at 13 years old is getting almost her entire body pierced. And it is sick, man. It is sick. And this is not how a normal 13-year-old dresses at all. This is not how a normal kid should be dressing. So it's like they are trying to uh, condition your kids to have this postmodern, pseudo edgy look when they just look like weird clowns who are mutilating their bodies. And we should not be ignorant of it. Every generation has idols that they super sick. Yi was right. Yeah. Claw Yi was right. Hey, I can see your chats too, which is cool. Yeah, Yi was right. When it came to this, it's very demonic and it looks sick. Yeah, she looks like she's 25 and she's a child. And this is the propaganda campaign that they are waging on your children. They're going to use people like North West to condition your kids into this postmodern nihilistic crap. They want to corrupt them. They want to corrupt their souls, and they want to lead them down a path of ultimate destruction. And many parents allow it to happen. If you have TikTok, if you let your kid have TikTok, you are basically agreeing to allow your child to be subjected to psychological warfare, because that's what it is. And they are foisting people like Northwest on your child to condition their minds into thinking that this is cool, this is edgy, and this is something that they are supposed to be emulating. We as parents need to do our due diligence in protecting our children from the onslaught of propaganda that they are exposed to on a day-to-day basis. We have a responsibility to keep our kids safe from this, because they will not stop. They will not stop. They will continue to put these people in front of us and expect us to be okay with it, and allow our daughters to listen to them and be influenced by them, and ultimately to fundamentally corrode any sense of morality that they do have. And I've seen this done, by the way, with other pop stars. Another, not to say that Northwest is a pop star yet. She probably will be. I think she's already doing music. But they've done this with pop stars before. Britney Spears, Taylor Swift is another one who I wanted to talk about today, actually, because I do think she's relevant. My generation, especially women, were largely influenced by Taylor Swift. A lot of them looked up to her, and she showed up on the scene as this wholesome, sweet country singer. So it's like most people, when they heard of Taylor Swift, they didn't have any, they didn't think twice about listening to her music. And the fact that she calls herself a Christian, or pretends to be a Christian, well, that's another thing that most people are just blind to. They actually believe her when she says it. But make no mistake, she is not a Christian. She's not a believer, even if she says she is. I was teaching my daughter this recently. Not everybody who says they are Christian actually is a Christian. See, your profession has to match up with your lifestyle. And if your lifestyle is antithetical to what the scripture teaches, then you are probably not a Christian. You are probably among the people that Jesus will say to you, "Depart from me, I never knew you, you who practice lawlessness." That is probably the case for you, as is the case for Taylor Swift. So this is, oh man, I gotta get better at this. Sorry. This is an article from Life News. Taylor Swift says, "I'm a Christian, and people with real Christian values support abortion." Oh, really? Is that so? Tell me, uh, would it be Christian of us to support Jesus being murdered in the womb? How do you think God would feel about murdering his own son in the womb? Hmm? Do you think that's Christians support that? Because I sure as hell don't. Actually, I would posit that if you are a Christian and you support abortion, you are actually an agent of Satan, because that is antichrist. That is anti-gospel. That is anti-life. And Jesus Christ came to give life and give it abundantly. And the enemy only seeks to steal, kill, and destroy, which is exactly what these celebrities are trying to do and trying to advocate for. We cannot let them. And Taylor, unfortunately, largely influenced my generation. You know, so it's no wonder we have people doing crap like this. Here's another thing from Life News. A woman posted this disturbing baby cancel post on Instagram celebrating abortion. Baby canceled. Due date was April 14th, 2027. She even got a picture of the sonogram. Mommy changed her mind. Daddy was an S. Now, I want to believe this is like Photoshop. This is or photoshopped AI generated. Um, very possibly was, but I would not be surprised if it wasn't, because there is a large swath of this society that is anti-child. They're anti-human. They're anti-life, and they would do something like this. I distinctly remember Miley Cyrus licking a cake, and that was in celebration of abortion. So this is just par for the course. And these are the people, by the way, that influence again millennial women. And it doesn't come as a shock to me that many millennial women are in support of this Lindsay Clancy woman who murdered her three babies. It's sickening. It is absolutely sickening. And we will cover some of the stuff from that trial today, because it is, dude, it is dark, y'all. It is dark. Just unbelievably demonic times we are living in right now. Here's a clip from the trial of the defense making a statement about Lindsay Clancy. Cly says it's all selfishness behavior. Yeah, it is. It's a society rooted in worship of self. They place their themselves above everything else. And as long as it serves their purpose, serves their whims, serves their own desires, they don't care about the consequences. It's Satanism in practice. What we're seeing today, by the way, is the result of a culture that has forgotten and abandoned God, that have walked away from him, that have forgotten his laws, forgotten his ways, and departed from doing what is good. And the result is unspeakable amounts of evil. I sometimes I find myself shocked at how culture behaves, and I shouldn't. I shouldn't be shocked, but I am. And if you are shocked by the reaction of some of these women with Lindsay Clancy, you should be, because it is, you are responding viscerally to anti-human behavior. Or it just doesn't register. Your mind can't compute how people could behave this way. Just like my mind can't compute that this defense made this statement.
This young lady did nothing wrong in her life. She was a nurse, a daughter, a wife, and a darn good mother.
Oh, well, you hear that, guy? She never did anything wrong, so we should just forget about the fact that she murdered her three children. All right. Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't know. Oh, she never did anything wrong in her life. Oh, okay. So then she should be able to get away with murder. Is essentially what he is saying, which is crazy town. See, she's not on trial for her past behavior, her past conduct. She's on trial for murdering her three children. That is what she's on trial for strangling them to death. But you have these fools, man. These fools, these godless fools, man, making these insane statements, bro. And it's not just their statements; it's even the way they're acting in the altogether. So we have this clip that was making the rounds, or this image. So journalist winks at live stream camera during Lindsay Clancy murder trial proceedings. I got an actual clip of this. We'll start at the beginning.
All right. Jurors enter.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. It's like she's at like Disneyland or something. She's just so giddy. She's just so excited to be there. And this is the problem with a narcissistic culture. Everything's about themselves. Like they don't actually even care about Lindsay Clancy and they don't care about the babies. They just care about doing the next viral thing that's going to generate and garner attention. It's sick, man. Hey, Rez, what's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well, bro. Yeah, covering some of the ugliness of society today, and you had that woman seen winking at the camera as she sits in attendance of a trial against a woman who murdered 3 babies. Not exactly, not exactly a event you should be smiling or winking about. But this is who these people are, man. They are just totally consumed with their own selves that they can't for a second see anyone around them. Even let's say you're one of these people that believe Lindsay Clancy. Okay, whatever. Still have some freaking decorum. All right, there are people there, families there that are going through a very difficult time trying to process, what has happened to their family out of respect for them. But these people are not respectful, man. The same people that mock the death of Charlie Kirk have no problem laughing and smiling, uh, trying to get a woman, trying to exonerate a woman from the fact that she murdered her own children. And Rez, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing much better, much better spirits. So that's good. Uh, except when I see stuff like this, then I'm like kind of bummed, kind of bummed. All right. Oh, dude. There's just so I got a whole docket of videos I'm gonna play for you guys because it's just crazy. And then I'll play some good ones. We'll start with the bad, and then we'll go move on to the good. And some of them they're videos I played before, but I've seen a lot of videos. And I shared some on my last stream about women just acting crazy and throwing ice to try to release anger. And then also women on camera crying, saying, "Same Lindsay," because they're empathizing with the person who murdered their children. Um, but then I remember, I'm reminded of gems like this that just show that how women are behaving in society is not okay. Like women are not okay right now, and we need to do something about that. You have women that are throwing ice in fits of rage. This is a video from a while back of them going on these rage retreats. I'll play a clip of this because this is freaking crazy too.
Right now, I feel. What do you feel? Give it to them. What did they try to take?
Good lord. Oh my god. My ears. Yeah, that's not healthy. But this is how actually like many women act now in front of their when they're recording for their TikToks. They're screaming or crying or being overly emotional. And they want to convince you that that's a healthy way of expressing your emotions. It's not actually. That's not healthy. You just look like a psychopath. And you're also conditioning yourself to um give into rage and give into anger when you're feeling those emotions. And the proper way to handle this is to have some sort of restraint, control yourself. You know, one of the fruits of the spirit is self-control. And when you see women giving into rage and, going into who I hope I don't lose power, going into unhinged rants, or unhinged tantrums, throwing ice cubes into their bathtub. Well, they're now feeding into um, this emotional and immature behavior instead of learning to actually like regulate their emotions and stay calm and not give into their rage. Imagine seeing men doing that stuff. Like, imagine a scene where there are just men like violently breaking things and throwing things around. Like, women would be like, he's unhinged, he's out of control. But when they do it, it's fine, it's no big deal. Like they encourage it and it's supposed to be healthy. And then there's also these women that do nothing but seek attention. So it's just like you have TikTok that's full of like really narcissistic women. Here's another one.
And you have to listen to this and you don't want to.
I accidentally caught the proof I needed of my healing on video.
And you have to listen to this and you don't want to.
It's so fast. My daughter made a mistake when I was already overstimulated and burnt out. One swing around her. If I had done this as a child, I would have immediately burst into tears apologizing. I would have been anticipating a blow up and to be yelled at and berated. No reassurance, it was an She watches me work to regulate and waits for instruction. She knows that she has nothing to fear and that no matter how frustrated I am, I will always do my best to handle things calmly. It's also performative. She waits for
Go sit in the rocking chair. Do not move.
She's so proud of herself. She's so proud of herself. Great job. Great job. You didn't scream at your kid. But you did use your kid for social media clout. Great job. Great job, lady. Yeah. And you have TikTok just full of like women just doing crazy things, man. And I could go on and on about some of the crazy stuff that is being normalized on TikTok. I saw this video I thought was eye-opening. And this is supposed to be like funny. It's not funny.
No! This is not postpartum. This is not normal. And this is not a sitcom. Demon possession is rape. No!
No, that is no, it's not funny. It's not cute. They try to make you think it's cute. It's funny. You're throwing your baby down the stairs. Very funny. Very funny. And moms are supposed to find that relatable. That's the content that they want moms to find relatable. Is throwing your baby down the stairs and throwing your baby into a washing machine. It's freaking sick. But as I said, I don't want to be a negative Nelly. I don't want to only talk about the bad things that women are doing. There are some women that are doing some really cool things and being heroic. So I want to talk about this. Fiona Simpson was caught outside with her infant when a large hail began pounding down. She threw herself over the child, taking the full force of the ice on her back, shoulders, and arms. The photo shows the results of deep, widespread bruising across her body. The baby was unharmed. And this is that lady. So she covered her baby, and this is the normal and natural instincts of a mother, that genuine desire to protect your baby at all cost. This is normal, and this is how women should be responding, because most women love their kids and they will lay down their lives for them. And we are bombarded though with all of these negative women acting like, screaming banshees, but there are heroes. There are women that selflessly do everything they can to keep their family safe. I got a couple more of these. Here's another one. This is sad, but I'm just going to read the headline. Oh, dang it, man. I got to fix my buttons. Hero mom dies after rushing back into burning home to save her daughter's life. So I guess she went back inside to save her kid. And yeah, that's like the natural response. My mom, she made sure all of my my mom's crazy. She made sure obviously all my family was out of the house when we had a house fire. I think it was like back in 2013. I wasn't there, but my brother and my sister, they were. And she even went back in for the dogs. You know, cuz that's the type of woman that she is. And this is the natural disposition, that most women aren't, is that they would give up their lives for the sake of their kids. And as much as you think Gen Alpha and the new generation is cooked, there are some women and even some kids that are out here doing the Lord's work, all right? So I want to play this video. You tell me what you think.
Is this on? Oh, okay. Ready. That was good. Look, be annoying. Did I get that? Oh god, the filter's off.
This woman is awesome.
Oh shit, my DoorDash is here.
Yay, sushi!
She did that was like a master class in just exposing the narcissism of some of these women online, and some of the unhealthy behavior that they engage in. It's like they don't, and some of them just don't even realize you look like a psychopath. When you complain about your husband online, when you complain about your children online, when you talk about the woes and misery of childhood, you just communicate to the rest of the world that you are emotionally unstable, that you don't have it together, that and you just come across looking um crazy. Especially the crying videos. Because like we know what you're doing. We know you're doing this. I hate my life. Post, and it just is weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's psycho behavior. It really is, man. And there are tons of women that do this, and I'm glad now they're being made fun of. And that is, by the way we combat this. We mock them. We mock these people unrelentingly. Like every opportunity we have to make fun of women behaving this way, we should, because the way that they are behaving should be stigmatized. Look, I'm not saying you can't feel frustrated having kids, right? I want that to be clear. Obviously, there are challenges that come with having kids, but just shut up and keep it to yourself, man. Deal with it, work through it, instead of letting the internet be your diary, or at least talk about parenting in a way where it's healthy and conducive. It's just ridiculous, man. I got another one I want to play. This is a kid, man. Uh, very impressed. Oh, jeez, I just keep doing this.
I mean, it's lettuce.
She's making fun of influencers, but I think it's great.
It's just lettuce. Hi, you guys! We are back again with another food review. Today, I stopped by, once again, my local food market and picked up this lettuce. Or lettuce, I'm not sure. So today we're going to try it. But of course, we can't forget the ASMR. So let's go. Wait, look at it. It's so green. Okay, we're going to try it. I'm so scared. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
So spot on.
Wait, I'm literally obsessed. It's so good. It's so yummy. It's so crunchy. It's so, yes. I'm going to go in for a second bite.
She nailed it. She nailed it, man. Yeah, just make fun of them. Make fun of the influencers. Oh, nothing. Just laughing at influencers, man. Laughing at a child making fun of influencers. And I think that's the appropriate way to handle some of these people, because they are deranged. They are deranged. And we need more people mocking them. Mockery is good. Shame is good. We want to shame women that are exploiting their children for clicks. We want to shame women that are berating their husbands online for the world to see. We want to shame women that are complaining about the patriarchy, where they enjoy every single advantage brought to them by the patriarchy. We want to do all this because it's important. And also another thing, I had a kind of an interesting mindset. So it's like we are constantly exposed to these unhinged moms on TikTok. And it's just like that's all it is. It's just very negative women complaining about their life, complaining about their husbands, complaining about being a mom, how hard it is to be a stay-at-home mom. But we very rarely actually see like parents posting the joys of being a stay-at-home parent. And if you aren't a discerning person, you might think, well, it mostly sucks. It's mostly bad. But I think there's another reason that, hey, thank you, Cly. I appreciate that. I gotta put that a little louder. God. I don't know how to stop it. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. It's just gonna keep playing for like 3 hours. I don't know how to stop it. But Clyde, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. There's always overheating. Yeah, internet. Yes. Yeah, it is. It is a must, you know. But it's not just shaming bad behavior. It's also highlighting good behavior. But it becomes difficult to do that for parents that actually care about their children. Because a lot of the parents, and I'm not saying all parents who don't do this are like not good parents. Don't take it personally. If you're somebody that posts things of, yeah, I don't know how to shut it off. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to, and it just keeps playing. Give me a minute. Let me fix it. Let me see if I can fix it. Give me a minute and I will fix it. I'm sorry, dude. I will fix it. I think it's ending. No, it's not. You're okay. You're okay, Cly. It's my fault. My fault. All right. I gotta I gotta fix that. I gotta find out where that alert is coming from and try to tone it down a little bit. But all right, backing up for a second. Okay. So a lot of society doesn't see the good parts of parenting because a lot of parents that care about their kids don't want to post them online. I don't post my kids online. And I'm not saying if you do post your kids online, you're a bad parent. I'm not saying that. I'm saying for me though, it's just a too risky of a thing for me to do. So I don't do it. You know, my wife and I don't do it. We made a decision that we are not going to post images of our children online, at least images of their face. Sometimes I'll do like, like the back of their head or something. That's not an issue as long as their face is obscured. Um, but because we don't do that, there are large swaths of parents who don't post their kids, and as a result, their kids aren't getting seen by the general public. And because of that, they're being inundated with more people speaking negatively about their kids than speaking positively about them. And I think that's an issue. Brittany Hugo who is runs the what's that magazine called? Why am I forgetting the name of it? God. She runs this conservative magazine, and I know the name, but I'm forgetting it off the top of my head. Anyway, she runs a conservative magazine, women's magazine, and she made this observation that you don't really see a lot of babies anymore in society. Hey, Fetal Nexus, what's going on? And I think that's true. Is you don't see a lot of babies out and about, and I was thinking about why this is. All right, in New York City, it's like you don't have a lot of families in New York City, and if you do have families, then probably a lot of them are liberal, and they're not bringing their newborn babies outside if they do have babies, or they're worried about the safety of their babies, so they're not bringing them outside because there's crazy homeless people just attacking people at random. So that's one thing. I also think though that there are people that they don't bring their babies outside just for like the first 6 months because they're worried about their babies getting illnesses. So, you have like babies kind of when they're at their cutest, not being seen by people. Now, I happen to see a lot of babies, but it's also because, but I also mainly see them in church. So, you have a society that largely goes without seeing children. It's not surprising to me that they develop kind of resentment toward children. But if you actually expose people to babies, uh, I actually think it's something that is very good for society because you can't help but feel joy when you see a smiling baby. It's almost impossible to see a smiling baby and not feel joy. Like I could be having the most miserable day of my life and seeing my son smile at me, it changes everything. I instantly light up and everything bad that happened just evaporates. That's the baby effect. Oh, we do not want a lot of women to be mothers, that's for sure. But I do think it would be beneficial if society did see more babies and hear more and see more families, speaking positively about children. Yeah, because you're always seeing the negative, like, "Oh, this sucked and this was bad," and, my toddler was throwing a tantrum, and I had to cook and do laundry and handle the stressors of life, so I tried to calm myself down by throwing ice in my bathtub. Well, yeah, there's difficult moments for sure, but there's also, like, really great moments, um, that I don't think are captured enough, and sometimes you just can't capture them. Like, you can't capture them. Unless you're gonna be because a good parent wouldn't do this. A good parent is not gonna have a camera on their child 24/7 recording every moment because they're in the moment. They're living in the moment. So people don't talk about it or people don't see it. So the only thing that we can really do, because I'm not gonna post images of my kids' faces. I'm just not gonna do it, but I will talk about them night and day because they're awesome. The other day, I'm in my kitchen. I forget what I was doing, and my wife's like, "Come over," and she comes over, and I peek around the corner, and there's my three-year old sitting, kneeling down next to the cat with her little tiny pink toy brush, combing her gently and sweetly. And then she picks up a mirror and holds it up to her, and she says, "Look, look." And it was adorable. And those are the moments you have with your kids that are just awesome. When you see your daughter, your 7-year-old daughter, trying really hard at soccer and scoring a goal. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's one of those things that is just incredible. When you see, here's an example that happened yesterday. All right, so my daughter, and it's kind of little starts off negative, but it turns out good. My daughter is playing. She plays the game Splatoon with her cousin, and they went to a match, and basically they started losing the match on purpose. And I'm kind of listening to what they're doing, and after the match was over, I was like, "Hey, listen, like, don't do that again. Don't lose matches on purpose. It's not right." And then and she felt a little bad. She didn't really understand why, and I explained to her. I was like, "Listen, like that's bad sportsmanship. All these people are playing and they're trying to win, and you're throwing the match intentionally. I know you thought it was funny and you didn't understand. It's not those people that you were playing with. They probably are not very happy about that." And she suddenly realized, she understood what she did, and she felt guilty, man. She had real genuine guilt. And she's like, "I'll never do that again, Dad. You know, I didn't understand." And it clicked in her mind, and that was like something not good that she. And someone saying, "You might, what's the big deal?" Well, I'm teaching my daughter, to be a good sport, and that other people count on her, and that not everything is about her own enjoyment, you know? And I also, brought up, how would you feel if you're playing soccer, and then you find out that your teammates are intentionally losing you the match? And she understood. She felt really bad about it, probably more bad about it than she should. And I wasn't scolding her or anything. I was talking to her very calmly, like I am now, and she learned her lesson, and it's our job as parents to guide our kids and to direct them and to help them grow into healthy and mature adults in everything that they do. Some people might have looked at them like, oh, well, that's no big deal, it's just a game. Well, no, other people play the game, and it's like it's an opportunity for me to teach my daughter how to be a good sport and how to be honest in how she plays in all of her conduct. And that's our responsibility as parents, And I have other moments, man, with my kids that are just awesome. That was a teachable moment. And sometimes you'll have those moments, and sometimes you'll have moments where your daughters are, you're driving with them home from picking them up at school, and they're asking to play the Dragon Ball Z theme song, which is cool. I had my oldest daughter smiling at her little brother and just trying to make him happy. And these are these precious moments, though, that you just don't see highlighted often. And again, sometimes you won't see them highlighted because it's you're not holding a camera in your kid's face 24/7. But try to talk about them. Try to talk about these moments that happen with your kids, because I think it's important, and I think it's the world needs to hear about it. They need to hear that kids are a blessing, as Cly says, and that they bring tremendous joy. And so part of me does struggle with the idea that some people just don't like kids. Like, I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it, because I love being around my kids. It's like one of my favorite things in the world. And sometimes they are difficult, but I still love being around them. All of them. Every single one of them. I have 3. They're all great in their own ways. And they're all challenging in their own ways. Well, maybe not the baby right now, actually. He's like super chill. I mean, very chill. When I put him down into bed, he's instantly asleep. He's asleep right now. He's just out. It's awesome. My 3-year-old, she was not she was not a good baby in terms of sleeping. She is very fussy, very crying. We didn't sleep for 7 months. It was awful. So, anyway, I say all this to say, though, ignore the women on social media. Ignore all these women talking about the woes of parenting. All right. Having children is a beautiful thing. Each kid is an arrow in our quiver. Each kid is a blessing. Each kid adds something special to your life that no material possession or worldly experience will ever offer you. This is why I'm a Psalm 58:10 kind of guy for all these people who support the death of babies. Yeah, dude. Actually, what I don't even know. I'm sure I don't know that reference. So I'm just gonna pull it up real quick, off the top of my head at least. The righteous will rejoice when they are avenged, when they dip their feet in the blood of the wicked. Yeah. Uh, yeah. The righteous will be glad when they are avenged, when they dip their feet in the blood of the wicked. Yeah. And you want to know something too? It's like these people think they'll get away with this stuff, and they won't. Actually, I want to show you guys something real quick. Bad translation. Use LSB. LSB translation. What the hell? Okay, here we go. I've never heard of that translation. 58 10. All right. The righteous will be glad when he beholds the vengeance. He will wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. Still cool. And men will surely say, there is a reward for the righteous. Surely there is a God who judges on earth. Cool. You know what that makes me think of? So I don't know how many of you guys remember several years ago, Busy Phillips was at this at the women's march, and she was going on this unhinged rant about how she has an awesome life and an awesome career, and she's like, and I have all of it because she murdered her baby, because she had the right to kill her baby. Well, as fate would have it, Busy Phillips, unfortunately, now has been diagnosed with a rare malignant brain tumor. And unlike my leftist counterparts, I will not celebrate this. This is horrible. And I hope that this is a wake up call for her, and makes her confront her own mortality and makes her confront what she has done and what she has supported, and has a, a coming to Jesus moment, because, you know, uh, I do think God will have his justice with people who shed the blood of the innocent. And I think judgment is the last sign of his mercy on their life. She hasn't faced ultimate justice yet, and there's still time for her. So I actually pray for Busy Phillips. Pray that she actually repents from what she has done and finds salvation in Jesus Christ. That is my hope for Busy Phillips, you know. But it's like, yeah, you play games with God, you mock God. You think you can blatantly get away with shedding the blood of the innocent and there will be no consequences. There's always consequences to your sin. Always. Fatal nexus. The other translation refers it as if the righteous will be washing their feet in the blood of the wicked. It's not, it's Jesus who will wash his feet, not us. Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. Facts. Yeah. So anyway, this is my hope too for these people that celebrate abortion and celebrate wickedness, that they will face ultimate justice. That's something that does give me, peace. Even if they don't face it in this life, they will face it in the afterlife. They will all have to give an account to God for what they've done. And I hope and pray that they repent before that day comes. I really, truly do, because I do not want to be standing on the other side of God's judgment, having to give an account for having supported the murder of unborn innocent children. I would not want to be on the other side of his wrath, because that is something that Jesus actually hates. God hates the shedding of innocent blood. He hates it. So pray for these people, man, that God gets a hold of their heart. These Lindsay Clancy supporters, man, as hard as it may be, pray for them. And pray too also that more men and women of God find their boldness and get serious about sharing the faith, because the world is spinning out of control. It's growing more depraved with each passing day. And sometimes it can feel hopeless, truly. But I am confident that we can flip this world upside down by walking in the fullness of God's power in our life and declaring the gospel boldly, being unmoved and unafraid of whatever comes our way, and standing firm in our faith and preaching hope to the hopeless, loving the unloved, and showing kindness even in the face of overwhelming vitriol. I truly do believe that we can make a difference in this world if we are just committed to doing what is right no matter the cost. And it's not easy. There are challenges that come with that, but it's so worth it, man. It is so worth it. We get to be the hands and feet of Jesus. We were called and chosen for such a time as this. Us existing in this particular moment in time is not an accident. God put us here for a reason. In this period of time, we are here for a specific purpose and a specific mission. And we cannot forget that. We cannot forget that. Man, God has a mission to seek and rescue the lost, and he has entrusted us with the responsibility to help him realize that mission. And I feel like a lot of Christians and a lot of believers don't take that call seriously. Take it seriously. There are people counting on you. There are people counting on you to be the hands and feet of Jesus. There are people counting on you to pray for them. There are people counting on you to be a source of truth in a sea riddled with darkness, riddled with lies. There are people counting on you. They need you. These women on TikTok, man, they hate their kids and hate their husbands. Man, they need families that love each other in a way that just seems crazy and foreign to the world. And then they see your family and they're like, I don't get it. Like he just is so content with his life. He's oozing love for the people around him. She is oozing love for her husband and her children. People need to see it. They need to see that happening in the church. Christians wholly committed to Jesus, wholly committed to their family, wholly committed to doing what is right, unwavering, unflinching, unmoved. Because these people are counting on us to be the hands and feet of Jesus, even if they don't know it yet. We got a mission and we got work to do. But I truly do believe in my heart of hearts that we can make this world a better place if we love Jesus with our whole heart, our whole mind, and our whole soul, and we love our neighbor as ourselves. I really think it seems we hear that all the time, and it seems like oh yeah, yeah, love Jesus, love God, yeah, we get it. And no, no, I don't think you do. I don't think you realize how pivotal it is and how important it is for us as Christians to be united with one another, united in love, united in truth, united in our steadfast commitment to the gospel. That is world changing. That is how the early church changed the world. They had this perfect unity. They didn't just believe in Jesus, they obeyed him, they followed him even unto death. Not letting anything hinder them from running the race that God called them to run. Well, he's called us to the same race, or just at a different part of it. And we cannot grow weary in doing what is good. We have to keep at it, even if at times we look crazy, even if at times we are hated, because we will be hated, and we are hated. We have a commitment to advance the gospel, to show this world a love that looks foreign to them, that flips everything that they know on its head and transforms their heart. So, anyway, I think that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you guys. I hope that you guys have a very blessed night. And I want you to know that I'm praying for you. And I definitely could use your prayers. I could always use your prayers. And if you need anything in specific, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I will pray for you. That is my commitment. And I hope that you guys have a very blessed night. And I will be back soon, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Until then, though, deuces.